Hi guys, welcome to this video. I'm Prashant, I'm the founder of Word Pandit, and today I'm bringing a video to you which is going to highlight what is it that you need to do for your CAT VARC prep. Now, a question that I receive very commonly, almost on a daily basis, is how should we go about preparing for the section overall? So it's a 6-step process. There are 6 things that you need to do on a weekly basis essentially, and you need to commit to this process in order to perfect your CAT VARC prep. Now let's divide this preparation into different bits. The first part, the first ingredient of this process, right? This is your daily work, things that you do on a daily basis. The first 2 things are daily reading and daily vocabulary building. What is it that you need to do in these 2 things is, 2 things that have to be done daily is set a daily quotient of reading. You will read X number of articles. Try to read a minimum of 3 articles a day, right? And set your quotient of learning new words. This can be 5, 7, 10, any number that you are comfortable with, right? So these are 2 things that you do on a daily basis, right? On a regular basis. Now, why is it that you need to do these 2 things daily, right? And not on a weekly basis? The reason is very simple, right? So if you read 3 articles today, if you read 3 articles tomorrow, and you do so for 7 days, you read 21 articles. Now, if you plan to do it over the weekend or on 2 days, you would need to read 10 or 11 articles on that particular day. That is just not possible. The ability of your brain to absorb content goes down. So it's in your best interest that you do this daily. Same logic for learning words, right? Learn a certain number of words on a daily basis, right? You can't do this on a weekly basis. These are 2 things that have to be done on a daily basis. This consumption has to happen daily. Remember one thing, why am I asking you to learn words? Very simple, to improve your language skills. Remember, your understanding has to improve, your language skills have to improve. You don't have to memorize the meanings here, you just have to understand the contextual meaning of words. What is their import? What is it that these words are trying to imply? As long as you understand that, that is sufficient input. So this is your first ingredient. Now the next thing is weekly knowledge building. So this can happen. You can set specific days, specific time slots for doing this. So this is not something that you need to do on a daily basis. You can probably carve out 2 days a week, or you can even keep a 2-week schedule, right? A bi-weekly schedule where you keep a specific amount of time for these things. What are these things? Whichever course material you are referring to, right? Videos, live classes, might be your offline coaching, whichever concept material you are referring to, have a specific target topic for generally a 2-week window, right? So for example, if you join our course, I'll recommend you to finish RC concepts in 3 to 4 weeks, right? It's a long set of videos that we have. Similarly, critical reasoning, similarly, para-jumbles, and so on and so forth. Specific amount of time for concepts and live classes for these topics. Next thing is topic-wise reading, right? And learning. This is something that a lot of us don't consider, right? Or we generally don't think that this is a part of your CAT prep. What is this topic-wise reading? What is this topic-wise learning, right? In fact, I'll make a separate video as well for this. But just to give you a brief idea, if you want to learn something specifically about economics, right? Or philosophy. Remember, philosophy, psychology, sociology, these are the big 3, right? These are the 3 difficult subjects to learn. Now, if you want to read up and learn about these subjects, right, you need to go into specific resources. You need to research terms for these, read a few articles on these, pick up the odd book or the odd PDF, a brief summary of these subjects, say important terms in politics, important terms in economics, etc., and ensure that you learn one topic at a time, right? Identify the whole list of topics and go through these topics one by one. Ensure on a weekly basis you are learning something new, something targeted, right? So that your understanding for these topics, it increases. Another thing that you can do is you can correlate this with your RC prep. So for example, when you took your mocks, you realize philosophy is something which is troubling you a lot. So then you go and specifically focus on philosophy related articles, reading material, etc., learn terms, key philosophers and their works, etc. So have this targeted approach to learning, right? Very important. This is something which is part of the course, and this is something that I make my learners do. So this is something that you have to push yourself, right? Lastly, third part of this, right? Another thing which can be done on a weekly basis is your practice practice work, right? So we've covered 4 things, right? You learn words daily, you read articles daily, then you do your concepts, and fourth, you do topic-wise work, right? Now, practice work includes, there has to be a set of RCs that you have to solve on a daily basis, right? Try to keep a target of 3 a day. That roughly translates to 20 a week. So that's a simple target, simple number that you have to keep in your mind. If you're not able to do your daily practice, right, 2 days a week, 10 hours each, it will stress you out, but it will make sure that you complete your prep. You can start with a lower number. You can start with 5 RCs a week, 10 RCs, then take it up to 15, then take it up to 20. Go in that methodical order, right? But have a fixed weekly number. Sit down, carve out a niche of time, that specific set of time, and allocate it to your practice and be done with it. Same thing with CR, reasoning topics, all the practice related topics. Always have one practice topic side by side, right? And generally RCs are going to be a permanent. It's going to be RCs plus one topic, right? So as you approach the exam, right? So for example, we are in June right now, and as you reach October, right, or as you reach November, and this is different exams have different timelines, 3 months to the exam, 6 months to the exam, 1 month to the exam, your level of practice should change. You should suitably adapt your practice, the amount of time you spend on topic-wise practice, and increase your allocations, right? Lastly, weekly mocks and section tests. Whatever you do, you have to test yourself on a weekly basis, right? This is something that you cannot skip. A lot of us, we make this assumption that I am not ready right now and I'm going to take tests later. Remember, mock tests and section tests, they are a part of VRC prep, right? This is a tool for preparation, right? Don't take it as the end goal, right? Don't take it as a barometer of checking whether you've improved, whether your scores have improved. Don't do that, right? This is in fact one tool in itself that is going to help you improve. And once you start considering this as a tool of improvement, you will realize that you will commit to these mocks and section tests, and you will take a lot more of these tests, right? So that's something that you've got to do. So 6 things, this wraps up the 6 things that you've got to do, 6 things that you've got to complete, right? Generally keep a schedule which consists of 2 weeks, right? Over a 2-week window, try to complete these 6 things, have an allocated topic, set amount of practice, so that you have sufficient time. If you miss something 1 week, then you can come back and cover it the next week, right? So this is something that you should be doing. These are the 6 things which are part of our course essentially, and these are the things that have pushed people to complete and do. So you can check out our courses at learn.wordpundit.com, and if anything interests you, you can always reach out to me and discuss your prep further, right? So that wraps up this video for today. Thank you very much for watching this video, and as always, happy learning.